What's good with you fellas? T-Ray the Collector back here with another video. This time around we got my haul for the month of May. It's honestly kind of a short little haul here. I didn't pick up too much. Like I said in the April haul, there's probably not going to be a whole lot this month, and I stuck to my word. I still got a little bit of stuff, but not near as much as I normally get because I went to GalaxyCon in Oklahoma City. So a lot of my funds for the month were allocated towards that versus buying physical media. But I still did manage to pick up a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that. Got a couple new releases, a couple in-person pickups, and a couple stuff from the Groove too for 24 4K sale they had going on. So not going to waste too much time here, just going to go ahead and jump right into it, keep it short and sweet here today and show you guys what I picked up this month. I'm going to start off with the in-person pickups. If you watched the Blu-ray haul I put out earlier this month, a couple of these are going to look familiar to you, but I'm going to go ahead and start off with those. I picked up I Am Number 4. I really enjoy this movie. It's not great by any stretch of the word. I really do enjoy it through the rose-tinted nostalgia glasses I see it through. I wish this could have got some sequels. I feel like this is one of those franchises that really could have benefited from having sequels. There's books out there about this, what the sequel could have been to this, and I wish we could have got them, but it kind of seems like that ship has sailed, so we'll probably never get those. But I do enjoy this movie for what it is, and I'm excited to finally have it in the collection. Up next, I picked up Secondhand Lions. I was very excited to see this on the shelf at Game Exchange. This is one of those movies that I've almost bought a couple times. It's one of those that we used to watch in school quite a bit, when the projector would beep on. This is one of those movies that we would get to watch. And I've always really enjoyed this movie and thought it was, really good. You got Haley Joel Osment in this, Robert Duvall and Michael Caine as well. Just really good movie, and I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it. It's just a nice little feel good type of movie, and definitely some easy viewing if you haven't seen it. Really recommend it. Up next, this was a blind buy. I believe this was my freebie with the buy two get one free that Game Exchange does. They had this one at $4.99, and I had never seen it. Decided to take a chance on it. It's called Nemesis. I started watching it the other night and ended up falling asleep, so I need to go back and check it out. You guys can let me know down in the comments below if this is worth sticking out. I didn't love it as much as I thought I was going to love it. I still enjoyed what I did see. I guess I was just expecting something else, so my expectations were kind of not met, I guess. Like I said, I still enjoyed what I saw, and I need to go back and check out the rest of this movie. And like I said, let me know down in the comments below if this is worth going back and finishing. Up next, I picked up a childhood classic. This is also from Game Exchange. I picked up Over the Hedge. This did have the slipcover with it, and Game Exchange puts these little square price tag stickers on their stuff. Sometimes they're easy to get off, sometimes they're hard to get off. I took a little rubbing alcohol to it. Might have put a little too much on there, I'm not sure, and ended up ripping up the slipcover, so I just discarded it and said screw it. This is just going to go on the shelf like this. But nonetheless, I'm still very excited to have this movie in my collection. It's one I've wanted for a while. I kind of wish I had the original artwork. That might be something I do is, order like a custom made artwork for this with the original art. Instead of these re-release kind of minimalist artwork on there, I'd really like to have the original cover because I did have this on DVD as a kid. So having the original artwork would be pretty sweet, and it's what I'd like to have. Up next, I picked up Ma. If you guys watched what I watched this week, episode 2, I go a little bit more in depth into this, but I did really enjoy this movie. I had seen it on the shelf at Game Exchange during that Blu-ray hunting video I was talking about, and then I came home and was scrolling through Netflix looking for something to watch and saw this was on there and leaving the service soon, so I decided to go ahead and check it out and see if I enjoyed it or not, and I did end up enjoying it. This movie is definitely not going to be for everybody. If you like cheesy horror, I guarantee you're going to enjoy this one. Really good performance by Octavia Spencer. Like I said, you can go back and watch what I watched this week, episode 2, for a spoiler-free review about this, and I get more in depth into it. But I did enjoy this one. This is a Blumhouse release, and definitely worth checking out in my personal opinion. Up next, I picked up Miss Doubtfire, classic right here, childhood classic that I absolutely had to have in my collection. I know you can get a brand new copy for like $9 on Amazon. I've had it in my saved for later for months at this point. But since I was at Game Exchange and was doing the buy two get one free, I decided to just go ahead and get it while I was there. Save $2 and get another one for free. So very excited to watch this again. It's been a long time since I've seen this. I used to watch this on HBO as a kid. So very excited to go through and check this one out again. This is going to make a good little easy weekday watch, and I'm very excited to check that out again. Love Robin Williams, rest in peace. Then up next, we're going to get into the Groove 2 for 24 4K sale they had. There wasn't a whole lot that I needed, but I did end up finding two titles that I could use in my collection. One's an upgrade and one is a new purchase, and the new purchase is Enter the Dragon. I didn't have this on any sort of physical media at all, and I had been eyeing it on Amazon. It was going for about $20 to $21 on there. So I decided, with this 2 for 24 deal that's going on, I'm going to go ahead and get it while the getting's good. And I ended up picking up Enter the Dragon. I love this movie. This is another one I covered on what I watched this week, I believe on episode 1. So if you want to hear more about what I thought of this movie, you can go check that out for a spoiler-free review. But I did enjoy this one. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was my introduction to Bruce Lee, so very good one to start off with, in my opinion. I really loved this. I love these type of like fighting for vengeance type of movies, and this was a lot of fun and definitely really cool to see Bruce Lee in action there. Up next, this was the upgrade. I picked up The Departed. I thought I had this one on Blu-ray, but when I opened the Blu-ray case, there was only the DVD version in there. It was 2 discs, but both were DVD. One was the main feature and the other was the special feature. So it turns out I just had it on DVD. So when I saw this on the 2 for 24 sale, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade it now and go ahead and add that to the collection properly versus the DVD. I love this movie. This is a fantastic undercover cop movie. I love undercover cop movies. It's one of my favorite genres. The Departed has got to be one of the top undercover cop movies of all time. It's one I like to watch every couple of years. It's been probably 5 or 6 years since I had seen it, so I was due for a rewatch anyway. So to see it on 4K was really good. It looked really good on 4K. Can't recommend getting this on 4K enough. I'm pretty sure it's pretty cheap on Amazon usually. So if you missed it on the 2 for 24 sale, I'm positive you can go get this on Amazon for under $20 pretty regularly. Up next, I'm going to get into some Walmart purchases. The next three are all from Walmart. The first of which I kind of regret picking up. I'm not very happy with myself for this decision, but I did get Captain America Brave New World. I'm not upset with myself in the decision to get the movie. I'm upset that I went with this Blu-ray, special edition pop-up slipcover that Walmart does. On camera, it doesn't look terrible. It looks like it's popping up a little bit more just by kind of how I'm holding it. But in person, this thing is kind of flat, not really what I was expecting. And it was the same price as the 4K, so I definitely fumbled the decision here. I should have just got the 4K versus this special slipcover edition. Next time, I'm definitely getting the 4K versus the special edition here. I mean, it's cool to have in the collection. I just wish it looked a little bit better than what it does. But that aside, I didn't love this movie. Definitely not my favorite MCU movie of the year. I think Thunderbolts has this pretty well beaten, but I still thought this movie was pretty good. Not bad, not the greatest, just a kind of run of the mill movie. Very cool to see Red Hulk. Like I said, not the greatest movie ever, but it is in the MCU, and I'm working on completing the MCU collection, so I decided to pick that up. Up next, I picked up two of those special edition, re-release slipcovers that Walmart does pretty often. And I picked up Jaws. I actually really like the slipcover on this one. I don't typically love the slipcovers that Walmart puts on these. They're usually pretty minimalist and just not that exciting to look at. But I think the Jaws one really works pretty well, in that style. I don't know that I'm going to get Jaws 2 and 3. I might. I really only like the first one. 2 and 3 aren't terrible, but just not something I'm sure I'm ever gonna rewatch. So I don't know that I necessarily need it in my collection. But now that I've picked up the first one, I'm the type of person that'll go and pick up all the rest, even though I say I'm not going to. We'll see in coming videos, but yeah, I picked up Jaws from Walmart. In that same vein, I picked up the Jurassic Park re-release. I want to say both of those were like 775 or something, and I didn't have either one of them in my collection. And that's something I felt like I needed to fix and get in my collection. The classics, and for 775 for brand new with the slipcover. Even though I'm not a huge fan of this slipcover, like I am the Jaws one, still very excited to have Jurassic Park in my collection. This is one of those that I'll probably get some of the other ones. I don't know that I'll get all of them, but to start off with the original in my collection, very good decision. Very happy to finally have it as well. Speaking of classics, this is going to start the Amazon purchases here. I picked up Coming to America with Eddie Murphy. I absolutely love this movie, and it was 13 bucks on Amazon for the 4K. I'll do that all day, all night. I absolutely love this movie, and it's one I've been wanting in my collection for a little bit. So I'm very excited to finally get it, and the 4K looks really good. I was very surprised with how how good it looked. It kind of looks like it maintains that vibe of like 80s, 90s movies. You know what I'm talking about if you've seen a bunch of them. But it kind of sharpens things up and really looks good in my opinion. It kept the best of both worlds, and I'm very happy with finally having this in my collection as well. One of my favorite Eddie Murphy movies, so definitely one I needed to have in the collection. Then continuing with the theme of classics, I picked up the first Karate Kid. I'm kind of working my way through getting all of these right now. But, with the new one coming out, I think it kind of influenced some impulse purchases by me. But I was able to find the first one, and as you'll see in next month's haul video, I got a couple more Karate Kid movies coming up. Probably gonna have the full collection by the time next month rolls around. So very excited for that, and I'm very excited to sit down and watch these, in order. I've seen the first one quite a few times. The others, if I've seen them, I don't remember them. So I probably, if I have seen them, it's been once or not even all the way through. So very excited to sit down and watch them all the way through. I love the Karate Kid. Up next, I picked up Uncommon Valor with Gene Hackman, Patrick Swayze, Fred Ward, and a couple other people. This is a really fun kind of, as I say fun, but it's also kind of an emotional, fun movie about Gene Hackman, putting together this ragtag group of soldiers to go save his son from a prisoner of war camp. And it's really good. I really enjoyed this one. This is from the 80s. If you haven't seen it, I really recommend it. I did a spoiler free review of this on What I Watched This Week, episode 1. So if you want to go check that out, I'll go more into depth on that in that video. But like I said, really enjoyed this movie. Definitely worth having in your collection if you don't, and definitely worth checking out if you haven't seen it. Up next, I picked up Dune Prophecy, the 4K series. This ended up getting price adjusted to like $27 by the time it shipped on Amazon, so I was happy with that. Happy to take that. I've only seen the first two episodes of this, so I need to go and rewatch the whole thing. But I'm a big fan of the Dune cinematic universe we're getting right now. So I definitely want to keep up with what's coming out on that, and, collecting the whole universe. I have multiple copies of Dune 1 and 2, so it felt only right to add Dune Prophecy to the collection as well. And $27 for a 4K series is really good in my opinion, so very excited to have that. Up next, we got a new release for the month. I picked up Mickey 17. I didn't just absolutely love this movie. I enjoyed it, but I wasn't like blown away by it or anything. I thought Robert Pattinson was really good in this. It's one of those movies I went and saw in the theater and then came home and pre-ordered. I probably should have waited for some sort of sale because I definitely feel like this is going to be one of those movies that is on sale later in the year, and I could have definitely saved myself some money by just waiting. But I'm excited to go back and check this one out. I really enjoyed this one. Like I said, Robert Pattinson was really good in this. So, nonetheless, still excited to have it in my collection, even if I probably overpaid the new release price for it. Still a really good movie, in my opinion, and worth checking out. And definitely one I'm going to rewatch. So, up next, I picked up Teen Wolf with Michael J. Fox. This is one I have yet to see, but I love Michael J. Fox, and I'm kind of getting more into his stuff. I watched The Hard Way recently and decided, I'm going to go through and kind of get some more Michael J. Fox movies. And Teen Wolf seems like something that's right up my alley. I love these like 80s zany movies, as you guys know. I collect a bunch of them, so this felt perfect to add to the collection and to add to my Michael J. Fox filmography. So very excited to check that one out. Up next, I picked up Psycho Goreman. I was on Reddit and people were talking about Kung Fury, movies that were like Kung Fury and stuff. And this movie kept coming up a lot, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up on Amazon to check it out, because the only other way to check it out was like one of those subscription services within a subscription service where you have to have like an add-on to watch it, and I hate that. So I was like, I'm just gonna go pick this up on Amazon and bypass all that. I think it was like 11 or 12 bucks, something like that. And I'm very excited to check it out. It seems like a movie that was made in the 80s, even though it's relatively newer than that. I want to say this came out in the 2010s, something like that, maybe even sooner than that. But very excited to check this one out. This seems like it's going to be a lot of fun, especially if it's getting Kung Fury comparisons. Sounds like something that's right up my alley. Up next, my lone eBay purchase for the month. I picked up Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy. I watched this for the first time this month and I absolutely loved it. I thought Eddie Murphy was hilarious. He's definitely the star-stealing performance in this show, but Dan Aykroyd's really good in this as well. This is another one I covered in what I watched this week, so kind of turning this video into one big promo for those. But if you do want to go check that out, it is episode 1 and it's a spoiler-free review where I go a little bit more into depth about this. And like I said, really loved this movie. One of my new favorite comfort movies I could throw on anytime and just enjoy. A lot of fun. Great performance by Eddie Murphy, and I'm very excited to have that in the collection. Then the last pickup is a Whatnot pickup. I picked up Wall-E. This is one I had been needing in my collection for a while, and I was on Whatnot and nobody else was bidding on it, so I figured Wall-E for $3, absolutely, I'll take that, because it is a little pricier than what you would expect, or at least what I would expect on like eBay on the secondary market. I see it going for anywhere from like $12 to $20, and for a used Blu-ray, that's kind of kind of crazy. That's new prices to me for a movie like. I mean, I love this movie, but for a used Blu-ray, that's just kind of one of those things that it's got to be more rare for me to pay that price. And Wall-E doesn't seem like it should be that rare. But I do love this movie, and I was very excited to get it for $3. It's one of those movies that I feel like I could watch quite a bit. It is a pretty heavy movie for a cartoon, but definitely one of those that's got a ton of rewatchability. And it's been probably 10 plus years since I've seen it. Honestly, probably since it was out in the theater was the last time I've seen it. I don't remember checking it out since streaming services have become a thing, but I do remember going to see this in the theaters and absolutely loving it. So it's time I check that out again, and yeah, very excited to finally add that to the collection. And that's it, guys. That's everything I picked up. Like I said, kind of a short month this month with the Galaxy Con, and got some other ventures I'm going on later in the summer, so I'm kind of saving money for that. However, even though June is kind of just getting started, I've kind of already went a little crazy on physical media in June. So what I didn't pick up here, I definitely make up for in June. And you guys will see that when that pickup video comes out. But I do also have a video coming out about my GalaxyCon experience that should be out here in the next couple of days. And of course, we got what I watched this week continuing. I haven't uploaded that in the last couple of weeks just because it's been kind of hectic. My schedule's been kind of hectic here lately, so I haven't had time to upload those every week. And I've kind of decided that it's not going to be an every week thing, more so maybe like a bi-weekly or, type of thing where just when I have the time, I'm going to put those out. But definitely got a good one coming up for you guys on what I watched this week. I watched some pretty crazy movies that I'm excited to share and show you guys and give you guys my thoughts about. So definitely be on the lookout for that. And if you've made it this far, I really do appreciate that. It means so much to me that you guys stick around to the end. And if you have made it this far and you're not subscribed, please do consider doing that. And if you like videos like this, be sure to leave me a nice thumbs up and let me know. Be sure to comment down below what you guys picked up this month. I always enjoy talking movies with you guys and seeing what you guys picked up. But that's pretty much going to do it for this one, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You've been phenomenal. I've been T-Ray, and I will see you in the next one.